Howdy, y'all! The following is a clip from Objectively Subjective's channel, where we do a show called On Our Last Nerve. Catch it every Friday at 7 p.m. Central Time, and be sure to subscribe to our co-host, #Heathen and Faithless Southerner. I hope you enjoy! Don't you laugh at me. Over the past few months, as many of y'all know, there have been quite a few major discussions regarding how several YouTube personalities have utilized their platforms. And in defense of this, the statement, "I can do what I want and I'm not responsible for my audience," has been said multiple times. To me, this seems like a very childish and dismissive approach to dealing with the influence that said creators have. Now, let me break it down for you. You see, your actions and words are something you are responsible for. And when you have a huge platform, say a couple 100,000 subscribers who share your content exponentially, you're still responsible for that message that you send in your medium, which includes which guests you invite, how you vet them, and the kind of narrative your platform often grants. There's also chat moderation and the ability to monitor comments, which, when you have so many, it could be nearly an impossible feat in terms of making sure that those in your comment section aren't abusive. However, if you present bad science, bigoted rhetoric, or overlook blatant abusive super chats, then the responsibility is on you to correct it as soon as possible. And yeah, I just wanted to make that very clear because apparently some people don't know this. So, yeah.
So as far as this is concerned, I released a response or a tweet yesterday saying that I'm a responsible content creator. I'm responsible for my content. I'm responsible for my co-hosts. I'm responsible for my comment section, and I'm even responsible for my subscribers. Now, what does that mean? That means if I'm producing content that certain segments of society are going to enjoy, I'm responsible for gathering those people in. So if I produce content that white nationalists are going to enjoy, my audience is going to end up with a lot of white nationalists. Mm-hmm. YouTube has all kinds of tools that you can do to cut down on the hate in your comment section. Far too many YouTubers use this excuse that, oh, comment sections are always just awful. They don't have to be. You can make it to where people can't throw racial slurs or sexist slurs in your comment section. That those automatically get filtered and kept out of the comment section. You can make your comment section a safe place for people to engage and enjoy. And anyone that wants to get in the comment section and just use racial or sexist slurs towards people, or homophobic or transphobic slurs, they don't deserve to be in my comment section.
Exactly. And when I was going over this topic, I didn't even think about it, but there is a portion on your channel in your creator studio where you can block these words. Mm-hmm. So you still have even added responsibility there. So, wow. I mean, that's a really good point.
So, I mean, people will say you can't control your subscribers, but you can. I don't want fascists subscribing to my channel.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't want you here. I will never produce content that you are going to enjoy. I do not want your views. I don't want your money. I don't want your super chats. And here's the deal about super chats. The fun thing that you can do with super chats is all you have to do is say, if you want to send a vitriolic super chat, then I'm going to take that money and donate it to a pro-LGBTQ charity.
Right.
And guess what? They're probably not going to send the super chat.
Yeah, and if it's like for instance, a friend of mine got a super chat that was abusive to her as a woman. So if you get comments such as that as a super chat, you can say, hey, I'm going to donate this to Rain or,
Exactly.
something like that. So that's brilliant. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you can donate that. You can do the same on Patreon. You can actually turn down patrons on Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people are like, what, you're going to turn down money? Yes. If I saw certain segments starting to support me on Patreon, I'm not taking their money. I don't want money from those sources. And so, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, that also lists to a dependency and a feedback loop that can occur. And we see this all the time with content creators, right? They do something that, they're let's see, people like that have been red pilled. They're left leaning, progressive, things like that. And they do something that kind of skirts around, kind of alt light, things like that. And they get an overwhelming positive response. They get huge sub boosts and they get Patreons and super chats and things like that. And they go, oh, well, that worked. I'll push the envelope just a little bit more. And the problem is before you know it, you're unknowingly or gradually all the way to just ridiculous conspiracy theories, and catering completely to your audience. And so I think that it's, especially for content creators, they have to be really, really on top. I'm a fan of radical responsibility anyway, but really responsible to their audience and to let people know, I don't, like Maddie says, I don't want your money. I don't want to feel in any way, shape, or form obligated to anything that you do. If you do donate, I'm going to donate that to somebody else. I'm not even going to take it. I'll take it and give it to somebody else. And I think that's an important thing that doesn't happen nearly enough. If more people were willing to take that first step and say, these are things that I am not going to do, these are things that I'm not going to allow, then we wouldn't see as many content creators slide down into crazy conspiracies and congratulating awful people for their great contributions to the intellectual fabric of the world.
Oh yeah, and people have when I switched channels, people accused me, even before this on my old channel, of going to the left for money. That's a ridiculous notion. The left does not have the money. The left does not have huge platforms. The biggest platforms on the left are like ContraPoints, who has a giant channel, but it's paled in comparison by right-wing channels that receive huge donations of money. The money is on the right. It is not on the left. I did not do this as some way to get woke and, make $1 million. I didn't go for the Marvel bump. But
which is, anybody that says that about you is ridiculous, especially since you completely got rid of your huge monetized channel in order to go in another direction.
Well, huge, yeah. It would. I had
compared to this
over 4,000 subs when I created this channel, and now I have like an eighth of that audience. But I'm much happier here. I love this. I am so much happier with my subscribers, with my content, with what I'm putting out. I am so much happier with it. I don't really care that I lost the money. Money's nice. Like, I would be lying if I stood here and said, money does not help. It does. So go to my Patreon. But money helps, but that's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I enjoy doing this.
Yeah, and see, that's one of the things that I find a lot more respectable is when you stand by your humanist principles in the face of losing that money, in the face of being rejected and not getting the huge subs. So it really shows that you're a person of principle when you stand by them when it's inconvenient for you, when it's tough for you. Well,
I mean, just not to toot my own horn, But I went from, on my old channel, I was making about $400 to $500 a month in ad revenue. And then I had about $270 worth of patron money coming in a month.
Mhm.
And now I have about $85 in Patreon a month coming now, and no ad revenue, nothing. And my old channel isn't making money anymore either, so it's done. But yeah, you know, it's not as important as the message to me, and as actually trying to help people.
Yep.
All right, that just died. So
Killed it.
Special thank you to all my lovely patrons. I so appreciate your support. Also, make sure you like, share, and subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can get notifications.